All right, y'all. What's good with y'all, man? It's crunch time. Hit the like as y'all join in, man. NBA season is slowly approaching. I do want to talk about this Kawhi Leonard situation, man. It's a lot that we got to unpack about it. We haven't really dived into it, and so we low key got to do that because at the end of the day, this is serious. Um, and I do want to give a shout out to Ticket. I want to shout out to big homie Ticket TV, man, who been really kind of flaming this man Kawhi about this situation, man. What I've been doing is I've been low key trying to wait until some type of verdict or some type of situation came out. But it's kind of a long process. So I just want to basically give y'all my thoughts on it, man, and you know, uh, because people always had some type of issue with what I've been saying about Kawhi Leonard, as far as like you know, the, his tendencies in the past and stuff on the Clippers, man. Mainly on the Clippers, because I feel as though when he got to the Clippers, that's when it really started getting real bad. When it comes down to situations such as him, not playing a lot of games and then leaving dudes hanging in the playoffs, and you know, he just always been moving kind of fishy to me. So I came out and said about 3 years ago that I felt as though he don't love the game of basketball. That is what I said, right? So I've been saying low key I don't think he care that much about the game, uh, as much as people make it seem like he does. Now with all these allegations coming out and all the smoke around his, contract situation and shit with the owner, it just, it looked like it's a whole bunch of stuff coming to the surface, and it just kind of make you sit here and wonder, like, about his whole legacy, because it kind of, I don't know, man. It raises questions in my mind about this man's legacy, but we're gonna dive into it. We all know he got the allegations of allegedly, cheating the NBA out of millions of dollars. And, that kind of cheats the game of basketball, because what it does is it makes it to where your team has more advantages over other teams. And then at the same time, you're still not getting it done on the Clippers. You see what I'm saying? You did all that to get Paul George over there to get Shea about the building, and then you tear your ACL. And then when you come back, you're healthy. You don't even try to, fully have the back of your teammates that you keep bringing over there, such as a Westbrook, Harden, and stuff like that. While on top, while allegedly finessing the NBA out of millions of dollars. You see what I'm saying? Somebody said Pablo is a snitch. Not gonna lie, just let Kawhi get his bag. Why don't he just get his bag from endorsements and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you just get your bag by playing 82 games and actually putting effort to market yourself? Why you got to do the underhanded, trickery tactics, bro? So we're gonna talk about this, man. And somebody was talking about we ain't question Jordan legacy, man. Come on, man. Now we bring up Michael Jordan. The reason why I feel as though his legacy in question is because, I mean, even before this came out, man, we was having them debates about the championship rings that he already has, where basically he came in as a role player on the Spurs and then kind of moved over to Toronto and didn't commit to that championship situation that he had over there, because it kind of it just kind of makes it seem like you're not really maximizing your career. On top of the fact that his all-time points are low due to his all-time stats are kind of like low and underwhelming due to the fact that he was skipping a lot of games. And now you have the question, right? This is why his legacy comes into question, because is it always about the injuries? Right? Has it always been about the injuries? Because with these recent allegations, it seems as though it's kind of just been about the money. You see what I'm saying? It's low-key been about the money. Now, we're going to dive into some of the reports that came out, because allegedly, Kawhi has been ducking games and then coming to play when he gets money. Hold on. Right now, the potential penalties for Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers is that he could potentially have to void his contract and prohibit him from re-signing with the Clippers. He could be required to return all the money he received from aspiration. He could be fined up to $350,000. Now, the Clippers could be fined $7.5 million. They could forfeit their draft picks, and then Steve Ballmer or other team personnel could be suspended up to a year and then fined $1 million each. Like, this is all of the situations that could be coming from this. Shout out to Ticket for exposing Kawhi Leonard for trying to snake his teammates in Toronto and trade for Paul George. Because low-key, I never even really thought about that, man. That's actually insane in the membrane. For you to try to trade your whole team for Paul George out of y'all just want to ring. When you had veterans over there and young guys mixed in. So basically, it was no excuse because y'all had already got it done with them. To me, this puts his whole legacy in question, man, and it just kind of raises the question of, did you really do everything that you could to maximize your career, or was you just trying to maximize the money you was making? Hold on. Right? Or were you just trying to maximize the bread? Right? Somebody said Toronto ain't want to give him what he wanted. But no. This is everything he was asking to look, this is everything he was asking Toronto for, though. He asked him to trade for Paul George. He asked him for an extra $10 million in sponsorship income, bluntly stating, we don't want to do anything. I'm going to say that one more time because they're going to sit here and say, okay, Toronto didn't give him what he wanted. I'm going to say that one more time. Him and his camp asked for an extra $10 million in sponsorship income and then stated, we don't want to do anything. So he didn't want to do anything, but he wanted an extra $10 million. He wanted partial ownership of the Toronto Maple Leafs. What the fuck is this thing? Bro, this shit is sick. This is all this. Hold on, bro. So I'm like, and that's why you left? Because you got to remember, if you're a real superstar, you can get money. You can get millions of dollars in endorsements elsewhere. You don't need to force it out of the team and force partial ownership and all this extra shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, this comes after I had already said I felt as though he don't love the game of basketball. Because if y'all remember that time when he only played one game in the playoffs while his team was out there, basically they had a chance to beat the Suns that year. That's the only reason the Suns won, I believe, is because Kawhi ain't played. See what I'm saying? But if you love the game, you get out there and play. And that's not his first time doing that. But all them times they were trying to tell me, Kawhi Leonard was really hurt and I'm hating on him. I'm like, bro, you can clearly see when somebody is bluffing. Go look at all them videos. I still got them right there on the YouTube. Just like, you just got to search it up on the John. Search Crunch Time TV, Kawhi Leonard. Right? Somebody said they was not beating the Suns. See, that's a loser mentality. They was not going to beat them. Like, come on, bro. What are you talking about? What are we sitting here yapping about, bro? No competition in the league no more, man. Absolutely pitiful. And y'all sit here and make it seem like this dude, Kawhi, be wanting all the smoke and niggas be scared of him, bro. Ain't nobody scared of no Kawhi Leonard no more, man. He's done that to this one, man. He's a snake, man. I mean, it's not even nothing else like more to be said because I'm not seeing no signs of this investigation kind of, decreasing. But the only thing I see is it getting worse and worse. So I'm just like, it ain't like they finding stuff that will make you say, okay, he wasn't really on that. Somebody said, who cares? You care, though, because you ain't here listening, though. So obviously you care, right? You care about it. Somebody said the Clippers would have beat the Suns if Kawhi was healthy. I mean, yeah, bro, like that's obvious to see, and they trying to sit here and deny that, bro. The Clippers went, 6 games with what was that, 7? Did they go 7 games with the Nuggets? When they played the Nuggets last year, what was it? Was it 6 or 7 games? And you got to remember, the Nuggets beat the Suns. But then they saying Kawhi Leonard was out, like he wasn't playing games until that 2. I'm trying to find that article where they say once that $2 million hit, that's when you seen a change in behavior from Kawhi. And I'm just like, bro, this is how this man moving. right? That year, Russell Westbrook averaged like 24, 7, and 7 on the Sun, against the Suns. 24, 7, and 7. And instead of Kawhi having his back, this man left him hanging out there and let him get slandered. Let everybody keep calling him Wash. Let the Clippers get rid of him after he brought him over there. Right. So I'm just like, by you doing all of this on the Clippers and then underachieving, I don't know if I can give you no pass for that. Somebody said you haven't answered how it affects his legacy. Because like I said, a lot of people try to use the injury excuse on the Clippers. If you remember, he got his ass whooped by Luka Doncic in the bubble. Got his ass spanked, right? Left Reggie Jackson on the island and hit for Luka to hit the game winner on him. That's supposed to be Kawhi Leonard guarding him. Right? You got outplayed by Luka Doncic at that point in time. No excuse for that one. None. Right? And then, right? Excuse me, the Nuggets. Excuse me, the Nuggets. When you lost to the Nuggets in the bubble but he did get outplayed by Luka though. But I meant to say when he lost to the Nuggets though. Somebody said, why are you avoiding my comment? What you comment? Because that year they were supposed to go all the way. Somebody said, well, Kawhi has a Finals MVP and Russ don't. What are you talking about? I'm talking about when they was on the team together. You said so the bubble was wild. No, that's just the first year. Then all the other years. So the year when you did not want to play against the Suns, he refused to play against the Suns, and it was allegedly because of injury. See, but if he had been playing that whole season instead of worrying about the money, he would have been in more shape to play in the playoffs. That's what you got to understand. If you're not going to consistently play and stay in shape, then it's on you if you don't have enough energy and strength to continue to play in the playoffs. That's on you. And then we have the reports coming out now that this is why he wasn't playing during them seasons. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Somebody said, why you care about another dude getting his bag? Bro, you can get a bag. He already has a bag. I care about a man being greedy. Right? I care about a man being greedy and then using the injury excuse. That's what I'm saying. How you going to be greedy and still not playing all these games? So if you underachieved on the Clippers by trading away Shea, trading away all them young pieces for Paul George, and then you underachieved with this team, you bring Harden and Russell Westbrook over there, and now CP3 and Bill, and you're not getting it done on the Clippers, that is an underachievement. If you leave a championship situation in Toronto for no reason other than greed, that makes it to where your legacy is affected by that because you're supposed to win more chips in Toronto. Right or wrong? And you got to remember, it's all coming back down to the money. So it ain't like you can really use injuries. And I'm going to say that one more time. All the times when I was trying to tell y'all this man was not really hurt, y'all was saying I was hating. But then you see what it is. You see exactly what it is, man. I bet I was trying to text something. Kawhi's legacy is that 2 times because he became the best basketball player on earth. And then back to Kawhi. Somebody said, what does a bag have to do with basketball? He's leaving too much on the table, bro, because of greed. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. Like I said, I'm not surprised by it. I just was waiting for the verdict. I'm trying to figure out what they're going to do. And then we talk about it for real. Somebody said the Clippers could have gone to the finals in 2021. Yeah, he did get hurt that year. But like I said, when they played the Suns, like all of these years, they could have won. You supposed to win in the bubble. We came over there and said he was the king of LA. And yeah, man, I don't know, man. Just like I said, man, I always had a funny feeling about Kawhi, but now I see what it really is, and it just don't add up to me, man. They definitely supposed to win in 2020, and then when he sat out of that series against the Suns, man, that's when I was no more good with Kawhi. I was just done, bro. But then, like I said, everything that they telling us right now basically points to the fact that he was worried about his money. It had nothing to do with injuries.